Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this delicious one pan spatchcock chicken dinner that you see here. So let's jump right into this video. So first, let's start by preheating our oven to 425. Let's do this first, get it out of the way, unless you can remember to not, forget to preheat your oven. If you can't remember to do it, just do it now and get it out of the way. No big deal. 425. There you go. Okay, let's start with our chicken. I have here a 5-pound whole chicken. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. Okay, I'm going to first remove it from this packaging just like this. So after you remove your chicken from your packaging, don't go and rinse it off. Now is not the time for that. Now is when you want to remove all of the contents from the inside of the cavity of the chicken. Okay, so take that out. You might find a heart, you might find some liver. Take it out. So now let's cut out the backbone. Okay, so basically, in layman terms, you're gonna cut along the neck of the chicken. Okay, so locate the neck, cut downward to the tail. Okay, cut really close to that spine. Okay, and you're gonna remove this. Make sure you're using kitchen shears. If you don't have that, you can use a knife, but I want you to be careful and not cut your fingers, so you should really get some good kitchen shears and just remove the spine just like this. Now, unless you're gonna make some gravy, you could toss that in the trash. Okay, now I'm gonna take my knife and I'm just going to cut through the cartilage. Okay, and this is going to help this chicken to lay flat. Okay, so cut that little cartilage that you see there, and this is going to help that the breastbone to open. Okay, so that the chicken will lay flat. Bam, there you go. Your chicken is ready. Okay, she's ready. Okay, she ready. Okay, so now I don't want to debate with anybody in my comments about you shouldn't clean your chicken, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. Some people like to clean their chicken and some people don't, but as for me in my house, we will clean our chicken. Okay, so I'm just gonna give this a quick rinse here, and just a little FYI that my sink was cleaned prior to cleaning the chicken, and it will be cleaned after I clean this chicken. Okay, so after giving this a good rinse, I'm going to sit this chicken inside of this large bowl with some water. Now, I do not have any lemons, nor do I have any limes, but I do have some lemon packets, okay, which is equivalent to 1 lemon. Okay, these lemon packets taste so good. I make myself lemon water all the time, and for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use this to clean my chicken. So in case you're wondering, well, why would a person need to use lemon juice or lime juice to clean a chicken? Well, actually, the acidity that's in the lemon juice, it can help to disinfect the chicken. Okay, so that's just putting it plain and simple. Okay, so after I've added those lemon packets, now I'm just giving this chicken a good scrub. Also, if you find any feathers, just remove and just take all of that stuff off, or anything that just does not look edible, just take it off. And when you're done, make sure that you go ahead and clean your sink, pat your chicken dry, and just let it rest on your countertop. Okay, so here are the seasonings we're going to use. I have here some dried herbs. I have also some paprika, black pepper, cumin, onion powder, garlic powder. Okay, and I will leave the measurements for everything in the description of the video. I also have some salt in that other ramekin. Okay, I'm gonna use my good old handy dandy roasting rack. Okay, roasting pan, not rack, that's a pan. I'm gonna use my roasting pan. I have here some celery, some carrots, white onion, and russet potatoes. Okay, I'm having some brain fog moments here, y'all. I've been sick, so I'm not all together, but I'm getting better. Okay, and let's get through this video. Okay. So now I'm just going to rough chop all of these vegetables, and I'm going to place them into my roasting pan. Rough chop that onion. You don't have to chop that down small or anything like that. You just throw that thing in there. And this is what your vegetables look like, but leave those potatoes alone. Do not chop them up just yet because you don't want those turning brown on you. Okay, so I've added some olive oil. You can use canola oil or vegetable oil to coat your vegetables. Now I'm going to add some parsley, and I think I added some dried thyme, some dried rosemary, and I'm going to add some black pepper and some salt in there. Okay, and just mix it up just like this. Okay, so now let's work on the chicken. Okay, this chicken is ready to be seasoned. Let's flip her over, and now let's add some olive oil to the chicken. Now you can use butter if you want, or you can use some vegetable oil. You're just going to just coat the chicken with that oil and just spread it around onto the chicken. This is going to help those seasonings to adhere to the meat. It'll also help your chicken to bake better. Okay, it's going to help the skin to get crispy and just be so delicious. It's so good as you roast it. I'm using here about a half teaspoon of table salt, and I've sprinkled some on top of the chicken, and I'm going to add the seasoning to the chicken. Okay, so half of what's in this ramekin I'm gonna add to the back of the chicken, seasoning it really good, getting under that skin, getting every part of the chicken covered with the seasoning. Okay, and then I'm gonna add the other half of what's in that ramekin to the front of the chicken and season the other side just like this. And when you guys make this, feel free to wear some gloves if you don't like to touch your meat. I like to order some cooking gloves from Amazon, but at this moment here, I was hanging on when I was making this dinner. I was just still really tired and just out of it, but just still trying to do my best. I didn't think to go get no gloves. I was like, let me just get this done. Okay, so as you can see, I've added the chicken now to the roasting pan. Okay, and now I'm going to season the front side of the chicken. I've added some olive oil, just giving it a good rub down, and I'm going to add the other half teaspoon of salt underneath the skin. So go ahead, and you want to lift the skin from the chicken, and you want to just get some salt under there. Get some salt on the chicken breast, get some salt on those thighs, and yeah, we're gonna start here with this. And again, this is a half teaspoon of table salt. I'm using table salt for this chicken here, and this is a 5-pound chicken. Again, as I said, it's 5 pounds. So when you do your salt ratio to your chicken, you have to do it by the pound. There is a guideline to how much salt you should use per pound. I will leave that information for you in the description, in case you're interested. If you want to get this right, you don't want to under season your meat, yet you don't want to over season it. And when I say over season it, I'm really talking about salt here. You don't want to add too much salt to your chicken, and you don't want to have it under salted because then it won't taste as good. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the remaining seasoning to the chicken just like this. I'm gonna cover this chicken all over with the remaining seasoning. Okay, and again, make sure that you get some of that seasoning underneath the skin of the chicken, get it directly onto the chicken breast, get it directly onto those thighs. And if you can even get down to the legs, you know, do that as much as possible. Try and season every part of the chicken, okay? Because we want this to taste really, really good. And you know, as you bake this, the juices from the chicken is going to flavor those vegetables down beneath. It's going to be really, really good. Okay, so now that the chicken is done, now I'm going to tuck the wings behind the breast, okay? And this is going to help to prevent those wings from burning, okay? So if you're cooking your if you're going to roast your chicken with the lid on, then you don't have to do this. But if you're going to roast it with the lid off, then you should tuck away those wings just so that they don't burn. Another option would be just to take a little foil and put the foil on the tips of the wings. That will also prevent them from burning. Okay, so now go ahead and add 3 cloves of garlic. And then I'm going to add those remaining potatoes. I just cut the potatoes up, just cut them up, and I'm adding them down in there. Again, you don't want to cut those potatoes too early because they will get brown as they sit on the counter waiting on you to throw it in the pot. It's going to get brown, so don't cut those up too early. I'm adding in 2 sprigs of fresh thyme, and then I'm just adding in some fresh rosemary, okay? So yeah, I'm just going to dress it up a little bit. I'm going to add some salt and pepper to the potatoes, just like this. And now I'm going to add a small amount of fresh parsley on there. Okay, and there's my table salt. I'm just sprinkling a small amount. And now I'm going to add, this is about 3 tablespoons of chopped butter. I'm going to add this down in there too. And that butter is going to give that chicken some flavor, those vegetables some flavor. I'm going to cover this with my lid. And now I'm going to roast this in the oven. Okay, so this is what the chicken looked like after it's done. It took an hour and a half, okay, an hour and a half. And I didn't show much, you know, footage in between, you know, from the time that I put it in the oven to the time that I took it out. But I will tell you this, make sure that you monitor your food. As I always say, monitor your food, monitor your food. Okay, you want to make sure that you baste the chicken. Okay, so I took the lid off. So for the most of the cooking time, the lid was off. You want to baste the chicken with some of those juices because you do not want it to dry out. Okay. I'll leave it up to you whether or not you want to, you know, do the lid on or lid off. But if you want the skin to be crispy on your chicken, then you need to bake it mostly with the lid off. Okay. So that the skin can get crispy. Okay, so now I'm just going to check the internal temperatures of the chicken with my meat thermometer. Once it reaches 165, which is well over 165, that's when you know your chicken is done. And this is a very easy dinner idea. I hope that you guys will try this. You will love this. It was so good. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you click that like button if you enjoyed this video, and I hope to catch you guys in my next one. Bye.